Hello everyone and welcome back to the 15th anniversary of Pencil and Paper Productions celebration, whatever you want to call it. Today we're watching Heaven or Hell recut and remastered. I would say that this is the director's cut, but I am not the director of this film. I am the editor, along with a few other little things. So we'll call this the editor's commentary, because I did recut it. Now if you'll notice here from the beginning, and especially you need to kind of go back, I really redid this movie in a way that I didn't intend to when I first started, but I really gave it the old style look to really make it look like an old movie. Now, the grain and everything that it already had on it, the drudgery of it, I guess you'd call it, it really worked to this advantage. So all I did was kind of put in the filter, the pop and scratch, and make it look old. And then some of the music I kind of tweaked a little bit, but we'll get to that. All the dialogue is new. A lot of the old, going back to that pretentious thing I said last week with Suicide Story, I was trying to be all edgy because it's like, hey, this is a silent movie. They don't cuss in silent movies. So we'll be like, fuck yeah, dude. Oh yeah. That's real weed, by the way. So I decided for this, I'm going to change it up. I want to make it, you know, very clean. For where it goes, I wanted to make it very, very clean and just wholesome. Like, oh, gee Willikers, jolly good. He took a hit. He's high. This guy, you can tell he really didn't. This is William Patrick. I call him Patrick, but he's an old friend of mine. We go way back. The other guy, Stephen Foster, we go way back. They were my film buddies around this time. And William, he's the one, or Patrick, he's the one that kind of really built a lot of these ideas. I think a lot of this was him, but Stephen Foster did help as well. This is their apartment, by the way. All the posters, movie posters, metal stuff and everywhere. It's all them. And then, of course, blah. But the music, I changed. It was like heavy metal, like so I changed it up to have a more wholesome, you know, silent film sound. And I sped me up. And you can see I'm still plump. And Jesus is my pal. I mean, we should all have a shirt like that. But I sped everything up, and you'll even notice some of the frames drop, which I felt like added to the idea of the old silent movies, because you'll see them, they move, and then all of a sudden they pop out of, because here's a spot right here where he's like sitting there and he's like, da-da-da, blood, and they pop. It's just, but it adds to it. It really does. And I also hope that everyone's able to read a lot of this text. I was trying to keep the pace going while trying to keep that. The music here, by the way, sorry, I'm trying to rush through this because it's just moving so fast. The music right here, I loved the additional music here, how it worked. But yeah, a lot of the stuff that's going on 2 hours later. I love that too. I thought that would be kind of funny. It didn't. What? I think in the original it was moments later, and I thought 2 hours later would be hilarious. Now this is really where I recut a lot of it. Please, sirs, don't hurt me. I'm just a simple servant of the Lord. I feel sorry for that boy. Here's where I recut it, because at first it was just a lot of, you know, punch, 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 kick, kick, kick. Again, you got to go back. And then, but this is where, I mean, the story evolves quickly right at this point. So it's like punch, kick, punch, kick, punch, kick. So, I mean, they're just beating the shit out of them. The cut really adds to it, because you go back to the original cut, it's not as impactful, I don't think. And you can also see what they're saying is like, fuck that motherfucker up. And of course they don't say that. It's a lot like old silent movies and whatnot. And then we've got this scene here. The weed, man. It was all the weed. You're just zozzled, man. What's got you steamed up? Satan demands blood. And seeing I cut a lot of him doing that. I think it works. But I think what I was saying about the text, I got sidetracked. I hope you're able to read it. I was trying to keep a pace, but it got difficult, man. It really did. So if you missed it, just go back and pause it for a moment. I don't want you to have to do that, but yeah. I mean, the text really doesn't matter anyway. Huh? Bible. Where did this come from? And he's like, Yeah, and I did a few frame drops here, And then did that. I don't really know what we were aiming for this. It was just, I was along for the ride. I was just going along with them. I had no idea, but then I just kind of watched it and edited it together. The Devil's Lettuce. The Amazing Grace theme that I used here, when I heard it, I was like, no, this is how this has got to end, because why not? And he's on his path to redemption. He doesn't need the Devil's Lettuce anymore. He is free. He's a wholesome boy now. But yeah, William Patrick, you know, we talk every now and again. He's done some stuff, man. He's been pretty ambitious over the years. So you know, I've helped him with a few things. I've been kind of his editor for a lot of stuff. I've got one of his movies actually on this channel right now called Punchline for the Reptoids. Go check it out. In fact, I'll link it somewhere if you want to go check it out. I think it was some of my some really good editing, and he had a very interesting story for it, you know, just about what it was supposed to be regarding mental health. And a lot of his stuff really works on that element of mental health, but it's what he knows. It's what he knows. So costumes, makeup, and all this other stuff, I mean, they're doing good. They're good stuff. Sketchbook FX, if you don't know who that is, I'm spoiling a secret right now. And then Pencil and Paper Productions gets the whole thing too. So what about that, huh? There you go, guys. That is the editor's cut. I hope I kind of got in with everything. I mean, there's really not much I can say. It was just a fun, like, we were some bored young men, because we were. Well, I was the youngest one. I think they're a couple of years older than I am. But anyway, a couple of young guys. We had a camera. We just winged it. It just sounds wrong. We just took a camera and we came up with an idea, and we ran with it. And that's always been one that I think people enjoy, just because of the comedic silliness of it all, even though it does get dark. I've always heard that that's one that people seem to like for whatever reason. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed this random, just quick editor's commentary, and I'll see you next week.
But wait! It's a psychobilly freak out!